With Harvard-educated psychiatrist, specialist in adolescent addiction and author, most recently of the Tech Solution, creating healthy habits for kids growing up in the digital world. Right now, we have mothers who are on their phones while they're nursing or giving an infant a phone during a diaper change. She said, the diaper change used to be this whole dynamic experience between the caregiver and infant. You'd have to find a way to get them to sit still, and now you just give the child a phone and they lie quietly. You can go to any restaurant and see that many children are being fed in front of an iPad or a computer. You see it all over the place. The phone is so attractive to that young brain. What gets displaced is the neurobiology of attachment, the release of bonding and mood regulating brain chemicals like oxytocin, serotonin, endorphins present in the cerebral circuits of both parent and baby when they lock eyes in attuned responsive connection chemicals. Dr. Kang points out that are known to be the key to long term happiness and success. The unintended but wounding message to the child is again, you don't matter. Although it doesn't take a brain scientist to see what makes these devices so attractive to that young brain, brain science certainly factors into their design. Video games, social media, gadgets, and apps are engineered to keep young brains glued to their screens by finding ways to reward them with hits of dopamine. Dr. Kang writes, dopamine, as we will see, is essential chemical in the addiction process, whether to substance or behaviors. It is one of the brain's feel good chemicals, inducing a state of excitement, motivation, aliveness, and gratification. When Kang asserts that digital apps and gadgets are engineered to hit children's brains with bursts of dopamine, she is being very precise. The phone, she told me, has been designed by the world's top neuroscientists and psychologists who have taken all of our most sophisticated brain research and understanding of human motivation and reward cycles and have embedded into its devices. She cited an example, a company with name and mission, so on the nose that one would think it came out of a satirical film or novel, Dopamine Labs. It was started, she said, by neuroscientists and software developers whose entire business platform is to consult companies to help them engage and release dopamine. It's called persuasive design. Addiction, of course, is the whole point. Viewed from a corporation's bottom line, one could not imagine a more desirable consumer profile than than those who can't get enough of what they don't need but feel they must have. A 2019 study published in the prestigious journal JAMA Pediatrics was among the first to investigate the neurobiological effects of screen watching on children. In a single generation, the authors wrote, through what has been described as a vast controlled experiment, the landscape of childhood has been digitalized, affecting how children play, learn, and form relationships. Use begins in infancy and increases with age, and it was recently more than estimated at more than 2 hours per day in children younger than 9 years aside from using during childcare and school. The risks include language delay, poor sleep, impaired executive function and general cognition, and decreased parent child engagement, including reading together. The study, conducted with preschoolers by means of advanced brain imaging, found increasing screen time associated with poor white brain matter functioning in major fiber tracts supporting core language and emergent literary skills. We are seeing autistic like characteristics in children without autism, she told me. Lack of smile response, delayed verbal skills, what I used to affectionately call busy children. Now these are just kids that are kind of running around aimlessly or conversely zombified when they are not on the tech. You have kids, or that matter, adults now that are used to being on the tech for extensive periods of time. A walk won't do it, canoeing won't do it, even speed skateboarding, a lot of things, skiing, even those are now challenged. Less ability to focus on the normal, the baseline, including states of observation, contemplation, and transitions from which ideas spark what many under the age of 220 now consider a void, proclaiming boredom. On a biological as well as a cultural level, such brain state changes affect learning, socialization, recreation, partnering, parenting, and creativity. In essence, all factors that make society and a culture. The neurophysiological processes that regulate mood and behavior are deregulating. Engaging with it requires little or no pre planning. It is instantly available and provides parents, caretakers, and even educators with much needed moments of respite and solace. Here we have a case of the solution to one dilemma fueling another. These forms of relief, understandable as they are in these wickedly stressful times, have a cost, and it is our children who pay the lion's share.